John Deere recently announced plans to move some of its manufacturing to Mexico, triggering a strong response from Donald Trump, who threatened a 200% tariff on its products sold in the U.S. The decision affects over 1,800 workers in Illinois and Iowa, raising concerns about job losses and the future of American manufacturing. John Deere defended its move, citing cost efficiency and ongoing U.S. investments, but critics argue it prioritizes profits over American workers. Trump's reaction aligns with his long-standing stance against offshoring, warning companies that moving jobs abroad will come at a steep cost. The situation has sparked a political and economic debate, with significant implications for U.S. manufacturing and the 2024 election. Many believe that corporate greed, not global competition, is the reason their jobs have disappeared, and by going after John Deere, Trump positioned himself as their champion, a leader willing to take on billion-dollar companies to protect American workers. Of course, this strategy comes with risks. If tariffs backfire, they can drive up costs for farmers, disrupt supply chains, and even lead to job losses in other sectors. But Trump has never been one to focus on the long game. His strategy is about making bold moves and dealing with the fallout later. For now, he has a clear stance. American jobs should stay in America, and if companies don't like it, they'll pay the price. John Deere now faces a brutal decision: stand its ground and fight back or bow to Trump's pressure and rethink its strategy. The company's response will determine the future of its business and perhaps even the future of American manufacturing. John Deere didn't waste any time pushing back against Trump's tariff threat, as the company's global director of strategic public relations, Jennifer Hartman, quickly issued a statement to calm the outrage, stating that Deere is not moving production to Mexico, but rather leveraging its footprint there for cab production and the manufacturing of mid-size skid steers and compact track loaders. However, to many, this explanation felt like corporate wordplay, a way to downplay the 1,800 layoffs in Illinois and Iowa while shifting production elsewhere. Trump's supporters saw this as a classic example of a company trying to quietly offshore jobs while still marketing itself as made in America. Many farmers, who have long been loyal to John Deere, were suddenly questioning whether their favorite tractor brand was prioritizing profits over American workers. Now, Deere faces a serious dilemma: fight back or comply. If they give in to Trump's demands and reverse course, it could mean massive financial losses, as the company has already invested in Mexico, set up supply chains, and structured costs around this shift, making an undoing of that decision not only expensive but a logistical nightmare. However, defying Trump carries its own risks, as a 200% tariff on any Mexico-made equipment would make Deere's products unaffordable for many U.S. buyers and could trigger a domino effect where other American companies face similar threats, with John Deere serving as an example of what happens when a corporation ignores Donald Trump. There is also the question of whether Trump's proposed tariff is legal under the United States-Mexico-Canada Agreement, USMCA, which replaced NAFTA, as the trade agreement has strict regulations that prevent extreme tariffs like this from being imposed without cause. If John Deere chooses to fight back, they could take the matter to court, arguing that the tariff violates the trade agreement. But even if they win legally, would they win in the court of public opinion? Meanwhile, other major corporations are watching closely. If Trump succeeds in forcing Deere to cave, companies like Ford, Tesla, and Caterpillar know they could be next, as the entire manufacturing industry now finds itself caught in the crossfire, wondering whether the rules of global business are about to be rewritten. However, the group feeling the most pressure is American farmers, as if Deere raises prices, it could have devastating effects on the millions who rely on their equipment every day. If Trump's 200% tariff were to go into effect, it wouldn't just hurt John Deere, it would send shockwaves through the entire agricultural economy, as any John Deere equipment made in Mexico would instantly become 3 times more expensive when re-entering the U.S. market. That cost wouldn't be absorbed by the company, but instead fall squarely on the shoulders of farmers, construction companies, and small business owners who depend on Deere's machinery. The timing couldn't be worse for farmers, many of whom are already struggling with soaring fuel prices, unpredictable crop yields, and record-high interest rates on equipment loans. The cost of a new John Deere tractor or harvester can already range between $100,000 and $600,000, and if prices surged another 200%, financing a new machine could become completely unrealistic. Small and mid-sized farms, which operate on razor-thin margins, might be forced to delay equipment purchases, repair aging tractors for longer, or seek cheaper alternatives. This is where Deere's competitors come into play, as companies like Kubota from Japan, Mahindra from India, and Kloss from Germany have been waiting for an opportunity to capitalize on the uncertainty surrounding John Deere.